I'm moving. What's poppin', guys? Peace. How's it going? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. Let's dive into Impact Wrestling for April the 20th, 2023. Happy 420. So, this show, for the most part, was okay. But what frustrated me was the first match. This thing went to 3 commercials. Not 1, not 2. We had 3 commercial breaks for a nonsensical 6-man tag to be the first match of the night, which was Time Machine versus Trey Miguel, Mike Bailey, and Jonathan Gresham. Time Machine wins, so Chris Sabin, he pins Trey Miguel. And I'm just like, Impact is stupid for doing this. This is a dumbass decision. Impact has got to do better. Why keep doing stuff like this? It makes 0 sense. There was no stakes in this match. This was just the sake of putting 6 guys in the ring just to kill time. And this took up a good portion of the show. This didn't end till about close to 8:40. And this was ridiculous. It makes 0 sense. You don't do shit like this at all. That's dumb. That is absolutely asinine. I don't understand why this occurred. I don't. But Impact has got to do better. I would assume that in due time or in the near future, it'll be Chris Sabin versus Trey Miguel. And we'll probably get that at Under Siege anyway. But this match really pissed me off. It was just far too long, and it just didn't make any sense. Moving on, so Gia Miller, she was backstage. She was interviewing Santino Marella. He says that he might get back into the ring from time to time, but justice was served at Rebellion. So then Santino is interrupted by Alicia. She asks, what is he going to do about PCO? He informs her that she has a match coming up next. And then Johnny Swinger and Ziggy Dice, they walk up trying to get a match booked. And then Santino shoos them away. Okay. Then we get a vignette for Deonna Purrazzo. Really cool little vignette, saying that this is going to basically be a new era of the Virtuosa. So I do like this a lot. Next, Alicia Edwards versus Terra Rising. We haven't seen Terra Rising in a couple months. Anyway, Alicia Edwards defeats Terra. Who cares? Alicia Edwards doesn't even need to even be in the ring, in my opinion. She sucks. Seriously. I'm just being honest. She just needs to be Eddie's manager. The girl don't have it. She just don't have it. So post-match, Alicia Edwards wanted to beat down Terra some more, but Jody Threat, she appeared and she made the save. Again, this is stupid because this doesn't make any sense. We haven't seen Jody Thread in a few weeks since she debuted. Again, this is just ignorant on Impact's part. Nobody knows who Jody Thread is. So we get a backstage segment involving Jody and Terra Rising. And so Jody is checking on Terra, and she tells her not to let anyone push her around like that. And then Jody says she'll take care of Alicia. Who cares? We don't need to see this on television. put this on before the Impact. Seriously. This is a waste of TV time. This is a waste. Nobody wins in this situation. Everybody in this situation looks like clowns because no one is over. Nobody knows who Jody Thread is. Nobody knows who Terrorizing is. No one knows who Alicia Edwards is. Nobody cares. Those are nonsensical characters. You don't need them on television. Period. This sucks. What else sucked was Moose had a match with Yuya Uemura. And this went on for like forever. Again, this was another nonsensical match. No stakes were involved. Moose wins, but this match went on for at least a good 20 to 25 minutes. It seemed like. And I'm just baffled at how dumb this match was. This match went on entirely too long. Yuya Uemura is a damn jobber, and he should be booked as such. So, towards the end of the match, Bhupinder Gujar, he gets involved. Him and Brian Myers, they brawl, and who really gives a shit? So Moose wins via the spear. Again, this is not important. This is just carrying over from Rebellion. Jimmy Jacobs. It's been a while since we've seen him. So he's interviewing Nick Aldis. So Nick Aldis, he thanks the fans for their support. This was a backstage interview. Really nice. So he runs down how Impact got him a start in the business. He said that he was there for 6 years and forged through the fire until he won the world title. So a nice little callback there to his Magnus days. He set the standard for what it means to be a world champion elsewhere, and now he's back with his sights set on gold. So Nick Aldis asked Steve Maclin if he understands what he holds. He warns Maclin that he's ready to pounce and will usher in a new old era. And then Nick Aldis says he won't be attending Maclin's ceremony tonight, but he'll be watching. So I do like this. I'm glad that they're building Nick Aldis up. He's a guy that you can actually build Impact around and make Impact look really good. Because they've been given so many mid-card guys like Josh Alexander, Steve Maclin, just guys who are just mid-carders. And, you know, I like Steve Maclin, but let's be real. Nick Aldis is legit. And it sucks that he's not in WWE or AEW, but it is what it is. And I think if WWE wasn't in what they're in now, I guarantee you Nick Aldis would be there. But he has a gripe with Bruce Pritchard, so yeah, I can see why he went to Impact. I could see why. Even if he went to New Japan, I think, you know, he'd do well there as well if he decided to go, right? Because he's a very good, solid in-ring guy, really good. And, you know, Japan is all about work rate, all about it. That's the culture. But this promo was great. I loved it. This was great. And I'm hoping that they give us a slow build to the Maclin and Nick Aldis feud. Like, they don't need to be rushing into things. Moving on. Frankie Kazarian, he took on the Good Hands. So, before the match, John Skyler, he cut a promo. And he says Impact was built brick by brick by two Good Hands. And then they challenged Frankie Kazarian to a 2-on-1 2-on-1 handicap match. Frankie Kazarian wins via the chicken wing. Who cares? Just put Kazarian in that mid-card and keep him there. So we see a vignette for the Coven. So they are reading new tarot cards, and they say something new is coming. And Taylor asks if there is anything on the Virtuosa. So she calls Deonna a fraud, that being Kylan King. And then Kylan King suggests that they kick her ass, and both of them agree. And they say, this is the age of Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, bitches, says Kylan King. So I like this. This makes sense. You can give Deonna a little mini feud for a while until we get to her and Mickie James. So I like this. This is good. And we didn't see Rosemary and Havoc on this show at all. So, I'm wondering what's going on with that situation. Moving on. Sami Callihan. He's with a camera. He has a camera backstage. He talked about going through the design's 7 steps. He said he didn't care about shaving his head. The rest of the steps were merely to destroy the design. He's not done yet. He's going to take them piece by piece. And it was all a game from the start. And I'm just like, this is absolutely a waste of time. A complete and utter waste of time. Nobody wants to see this shit at all. Get it off television. This doesn't make any sense. Diener is a jobber. Khan is a jobber. And Alan Angels is a jobber. This makes 0 sense. This is something that I'm not looking forward to at all. This is a waste of time. This is so stupid. Moving on. Next, Joe Hendry versus Sheldon Jean. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Sheldon Jean. So Sheldon Jean looks like he has a decent build to him. He looks like he's like 6'1", 6'2", maybe like 215, 220. So he looks pretty decent. He came off of some Canadian show. Forgot what it's called. Forgot what they called it. Anyway, Joe Hendry defeated him via the standing ovation to retain his championship. Again, this is a waste of time. And also, it's too much Canadian guys on this show. Enough of the Canadian guys. It's too much. It gives me a headache. They have way too many Canadian wrestlers on this show. Way too many. They probably have at least like 20 that are from Canada. At least 20. If not more. Then the closing segment. So, Maclin, he's escorted to the ring by guys in camo shirts. They look pretty built. So, Maclin says Impact gave him an opportunity in 2021. He said he was able to do what he said he would do, and now his mission is complete. He's the world champion. He says he planned to humiliate the former world champion in his own country, that being Josh Alexander. But now he's issuing an open challenge. Maclin yells at kids in the crowd until Scott D'Amore comes out. He says that he's not afraid to hit a child. I like this. Really good heel heat right here. Actually, that's kind of nuclear heat for him. Moving on. So Scott says that he never doubted Maclin's ability to become world champion, but he takes issue with his execution. He could have stepped to Josh Alexander during his record title reign, but just didn't. Scott asked Maclin if he was ducking Nick Aldis now. So Maclin begins to hype up Scott D'Amore as a leader and recalls his recent Canadian destroyer. Scott says he shouldn't have thrown the belt in Maclin's face, but Maclin had his chance to fight him on Sunday. Instead, Maclin waited to attack him from behind. Scott says he rarely makes the same mistake twice. So then Scott D'Amore takes his coat off and says he has the perfect Canadian for Maclin to face that Under Siege, that being PCO. So PCO, he enters the ring He's like 55. Takes out a bunch of security guards. Security guards gang up on him. He breaks free and takes out everybody. He hits a DDT on Maclin, and then Maclin escapes. And then PCO spears 2 security guards through a table in the corner. And then both Maclin and PCO, they stare each other down. And that's how we go off the air. This ain't it. This ain't it. Oh my God. I feel so bad for Steve Maclin. His first opponent, just because they want to do some Canadian bullshit, is PCO. It makes 0 sense. I am uninterested in this already. I am so over PCO. I like him, but nah, this ain't it. This is not it. They have got to do better. No. Don't even do this for Under Siege. Just put this on like the go home show of Under Siege. At least do that. But no. Steve Maclin versus PCO for the Impact World Championship? Nah, dog. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Not interested. So what did you guys think? Thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. I am not looking forward to Steve Maclin versus PCO. Scott D'Amore, do better.